Hey, how's it going? Nate McAllister here. In this video, I'm going to show how to use a collection of free resources that I put together as a lead magnet for people that subscribe to my list. You can access this at any time. So you're either watching this because you already opted into that, or you're on my YouTube list or mailing list already. If you haven't already gotten those, click the link down below. If you're already on the email list, just provide the same email. It won't do anything. It'll just unlock it for you. But it's going to give you a lot of really cool worksheets and checklists that I built for myself and for my team for what we do with affiliate marketing. And I felt like it was super helpful and really the best lead magnet that I could put together because I do value your email address. I know you do too. So I wanted to make it worth the exchange. So let's get into actually how to use all of these. And again, if you haven't already gotten those, you click the link down below in the description and you can get started in about 2 seconds. All right, let's get into the video. All right, I want to get you excited about the potential of email marketing. So what I want to do is actually let you kind of plug and chug some numbers into this workbook so you can actually see what an email list is going to be worth for you. And that's just on a single broadcast. I'll explain that more here in just a second. Come in here to File, click on Make a Copy, and then rename this to your own file name. And then click OK. And once you click OK, you'll be able to edit anything. No one else will see it. It'll be just you, and you'll be able to make changes however you want. And no one else can see them. So first thing, we need to know what to edit here. So anything that is in pink, we don't edit. That is already going to be based on a formula that I have. You don't need to edit that at all. The light blue, these are things that we can edit. These are things like the segment size, open rate, click-through rate, and conversion percentage, and the value of the conversion. So whatever the conversion is worth to you, let's say it's an affiliate product that's $2,000 and you get $997 as a commission, that would be the number you would put there, that $997. Okay? So for this, let's use this example that I already have up here. Let's say you have, this is a pretty good email list. This is a really pretty solid example. If you have a 10,000 person segment and you're getting 30% open rates, really regardless of what niche you're in, that's really good. Let's do something a little bit more conservative though. I'm gonna do 20%. So we have a 10,000 person email list and 20% of people are opening this broadcast that is selling something. For this example, it's selling something, okay? So in here on column E, it's going to show us that 2,000 people will open. And then for the click-through rate, this number can vary a lot. It can be as little as 0.1%, or it can be up in the teens. It totally depends on how good your sales copy is and how good the offer is and all that, and how engaged the audience is. But for this, let's be conservative and let's just put 2%. That's pretty good. Pretty average. You can get way higher than that, or you could get way lower. And the CTR is the amount of people from the segment, not the opens. It's the amount of people from the segment that click. So 2% of everyone in the segment that got the broadcast clicked. Okay? So that's going to send us 200 clicks to the sales page. And let's say on the sales page, we're getting 5% conversion rates, which is really, really good. Let's chill that down a little bit. Let's turn that to, let's make that 2%. Okay. And then we're going to have 4 total sales from all of that. Okay. And let's say that the conversion is worth, like I said, that example that was $997. This one email would be worth almost $4,000. Let's do something more realistic, smaller. You can't always be promoting high ticket stuff. Let's say it's worth $97. This email could be worth $400 to you. And then down here below, what we have is the, resend to unopens. This is a feature inside of ConvertKit that allows you to send a broadcast to anyone who didn't open the first one. It's a pretty cool feature. You got to be careful with using it. You don't want to do it too much, but it's going to let you send the same message essentially. You do have to change it a little bit. It's not good practice to just send the exact same email, but you can get more clicks to the same thing. And also the people who didn't see it, if you want them to see it for sure, this is a good way to go about it. So let's say that when you do that, you get an extra 14% on the open rates. The segment size is now smaller. It's 8,000. So that's going to give us another 1,120 opens. And then let's kind of keep the CTR about the same, lower it just a little bit. And the conversion is the same. So overall, that send plus resend is worth about $620. Okay, let's do an example with my list. My list is about 42,000 people right now, I believe. My open rate's about 20%. If I sell something that is $97, one email can make me $1,600. If I sell something that's expensive, and then of course lower the conversion rates, one email can be worth quite a lot. Does that make sense? It's a fun little tool to kind of plug and chug so you can see what is actually happening when you send an email. And it'll really motivate you to build your list. Because as you see, if you have some of these people that have these 100,000 person email lists, they send one email and they're making huge paydays. So that's the power of email marketing. Have fun with that, plug and chug, and make it your own. All right, so obviously I filmed that video earlier this year. Let's keep going with all of the other resources. So let's go down to the blog post checklist. So if you have that, let's open it up. And this is what it looks like. Now, everyone's blog posts are different, and what you use for your SOP can vary. But this is based off of the things that I cover in my book, Evergreen Affiliate Marketing. First, it has the type of post that you're using. Is it to get shares? Is it to drive organic traffic? Is it to build backlinks? Is it something that has high buyer intent? Or is it just to build fans? Now you can have any collection of all of those, but that is something that you should always know when you're creating a post is why am I making it? What is the goal of the post, right? And then we have title, keywords, meta description. I do understand that this is pretty brief. It's very abbreviated, but it's a good thing to just print and have handy. If you're the type of person that likes to have a print version of these types of things, writing it out does help the process for me, especially when I'm trying to be really meticulous about making sure that I have everything in there. We have down below a list of things that I do recommend, and you can change these up based on what your blog style is, but I do recommend going through them. Also, if you want the editable version, shoot me an email and I'll send you the Canva link. I'm not sharing that with everybody, but if you message me directly and you want that, I will gladly send it over to you, and you can customize this as much as you want. All right, let's keep going with it. Let's open up the next worksheet. Actually, it's a checklist, the website checklist. This is going to be very similar to the blog post checklist. This is what I use when I create a brand new domain, WordPress installed, favicon, blah, 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 all this stuff, the little things that you might forget about unless you have a nice list of things you can check off. So there are some things I do recommend, like Yoast SEO. That's a free plugin. There's some other things that you may or may not use, but I definitely recommend that you do tick off all these boxes, especially things like the privacy policy page, having SSL installed so you can have that HTTPS so people feel more secure. But you can also put notes down here. You can share this with someone who's creating a website for you. Make sure that they tick off everything so that you are good to go. Also, if you're using this with clients, it's an awesome thing. You can be like, hey, here's everything that we did. Moving on, lead magnet checklist. This is mostly inspiration for lead magnets. I do have a blog post that covers this in more detail. I'll also link to that down below. But this is going to give you ideas of all the different types of things that you could use as a lead magnet, and then the display types, and then just some things here to check off. Is it immediately gratifying? Does it have real value? Does it demonstrate your expertise? And does it target your dream customer, right? And that is all that one is. But it's important to get your lead magnets right. Like I said, my lead magnet with the one that you just opted into, it converts really well because I put it together in a way that was pretty enticing. All right, so your lead magnet can also be multiple things. All right, moving right along, let's go to the keyword research checklist. This is more about finding topic ideas than just specific keywords. So again, we're going to say, is it share bait, organic bait, link bait, buyer bait, or fan builder? You're going to put different title variations, main keyword, semantic keywords. We're going to talk about different rich snippet questions that we might answer. So keyword, long tail keywords that might be good for FAQ snippets. Then we have some questions here and then notes. So that is the keyword research checklist. All right, moving right along, the blog post update checklist. I couldn't just create a blog post checklist. I had to do one that was specific to updating content because I think that is just as important as creating new content as updating your old content. You don't want to have content decay. You don't want other people to come and bump you from search engines. And to make sure that it doesn't happen, you have to continually update your content. And this is going to show you how to do that. If you guys have any specific questions about any of these things, ask them down in the comments. It's a lot for me to go through every single one. So if you have any questions that are related to anything specific here that you're wondering about, let me know in the comments. All right, next, the title workbook. This is just some inspirations for blog post title ideas. Those aren't going to be perfect. I mean, don't just copy them exactly. I do recommend a tool like CoSchedule's Headline Studio, messing around with that. Try to find a great headline, but this is a fun little thing to kind of start working through, especially if you're like me and you like to print things out and write them by hand. I feel like that opens up a different level of creativity that is kind of cool. All right, and then last but not least, the bullet point workbook. This is based off of what I learned from Ray Edwards in his book, How to Write Copy That Sells. Awesome book on sales copy. So you're just going to come here, make a copy, just like we did with the email valuation workbook. And then you're going to save it so you can edit it. And on the next page, we have this list of different spots to enter in bullet points. This is a doozy of a workbook. And what I found with sales copy is that it's not necessarily the people that know the most about sales copy that always do best. Yes, that obviously helps a ton, but it's the people that put in the most work and time and effort into actually making their sales copy really great. For example, I know a good bit about sales copy, but if I try to rush it, I don't end up creating as good of work as I could. So with this, it's impossible to rush it because I sit here and I write down literally 105 bullet points. Some of you might be rolling your eyes at that and thinking that's crazy, that's too much. If it's up to you if you want to do that or not, but I guarantee you that if you do that, you will come up with a lot of great ideas that you wouldn't have if you didn't. And granted, you're not going to use 105 bullet points in your sales copy. You might only use 3. And if you have 105, you'll have 3 amazing ones at the end. Also, if you want to work with someone else, down here I have a writer and reviewer. You can hand this to somebody and ask them, hey, do you like this or not? They could put, maybe, they could put keep it, they could put trash it. All right. And then you could see what they say. And then at the end, you'll have some laser sharp bullet points. All right, guys, that is it. Those are all of the worksheets and checklists that I have for you. Let me know if you have any questions, as always, down in the comments. And if this is your first time to the channel and you haven't already done it, be sure to subscribe. I create content 2 to 3 times a week just on this channel, and I don't plan on slowing that up anytime soon. This is my favorite topic to cover as affiliate marketing. I'm going to keep doing it as long as you guys keep watching. So I will see you hopefully in the next video.